Today we're exploring a topic that's as intriguing as it is unsettling: the Dark Triad. These personality traits, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, might make for a good villain, but they're also real characteristics that can have serious implications. Stick with us as we unveil the complexities of these dark traits and their impact on both individuals and society. Don't miss out on the bonus point at the end of this video, which is crucial for protecting yourself against Dark Triad traits. 1. Exploring narcissism. Narcissism is a personality trait characterized by excessive self-love and a grandiose sense of self-importance. It's like having a mirror that only reflects one's own image, with little room for others. But what are the key characteristics that define narcissism? At its core, narcissism is marked by an insatiable need for admiration and validation. Individuals with narcissistic traits often believe they are uniquely special and entitled to preferential treatment. They may constantly seek attention, praise, and adoration, all while lacking empathy for others' feelings and needs. Now, let's put a face to these characteristics with some real-life examples of narcissistic behaviour. Picture someone who always finds a way to make any conversation about themselves, rarely showing genuine interest in others. Think of that colleague who constantly takes credit for team achievements, or the friend who never acknowledges your accomplishments. This behaviour can strain relationships to breaking point. In personal settings, narcissistic individuals may struggle to form deep, meaningful connections because they prioritise their own needs above all else. In the workplace, their excessive self-focus can lead to toxic dynamics, hampering teamwork and fostering resentment among colleagues. 2. Unveiling Machiavellianism. Now let's take a deep dive into Machiavellianism, the second corner of the Dark Triad. It's a personality trait named after Niccolo Machiavelli, the famous Italian diplomat and philosopher. At its heart, Machiavellianism is all about being strategic, manipulative, and having a knack for achieving personal goals, often at the expense of others. The primary traits of a Machiavellian individual include a strong desire for power, a willingness to manipulate situations and people to their advantage, and a capacity for deception when needed. They're like the puppeteers of social dynamics, pulling strings behind the scenes. Now, let's see it in action with some real-life examples of Machiavellian tactics and strategies. Think of a colleague who always seems to know just the right buttons to push to get what they want, even if it means playing office politics. Or consider that friend who can smoothly navigate social situations, making you believe they're always on your side, only to find out they've been playing both ends. In various contexts, Machiavellianism can erode trust faster than you can say strategic thinking. It can lead to a sense of betrayal when people realise they've been manipulated, and it can create a toxic environment where everyone is on edge, wondering who's pulling the strings. 3. Understanding psychopathy. First things first, what is psychopathy? Well, imagine someone who seems charming on the surface, but hides a complete lack of empathy underneath. Psychopathy is a personality trait characterised by a profound deficit in empathy, guilt, and a tendency toward antisocial behaviour. Now let's break it down a bit further. Psychopathy isn't a one-size-fits-all trait. There's a difference between primary and secondary psychopathy. Primary psychopathy is the innate kind. Those individuals are born with it. Secondary psychopathy, on the other hand, is more of a product of one's environment, shaped by experiences and upbringing. Think of it as nature versus nurture, but with a dark twist. Psychopathy isn't just something you read about in psychology textbooks. It has real-world consequences in both social and personal situations. In social circles, psychopaths can be like chameleons, adapting to any situation to manipulate their way to the top. In personal relationships, their lack of empathy can leave a trail of broken hearts and shattered trust. I hope you're finding this video both informative and engaging. If you are, could you take a moment to show your support? A simple click on the like button, a comment sharing your thoughts, or hitting that subscribe button can make a real impact. 4. Overlapping traits and combinations. Now let's talk about what happens when the Dark Triad traits collide and create a personality cocktail that's both intriguing and challenging. It's like mixing 3 potent ingredients in a cauldron, and what brews is truly complex. Now, why is dealing with these combo players such a tricky business? It's because they possess a potent mix of manipulation, self-centeredness, and lack of empathy, making them formidable social navigators. They can be charming yet cunning, empathetic when it suits them, and utterly ruthless when their interests are at stake. The key to navigating relationships with these people is to stay grounded and maintain healthy boundaries. Recognise their tactics and strategies for what they are, and don't be swayed by their charm or intimidation. Communication is key. Assertiveness can help maintain control over the dynamics. And remember, these individuals may push boundaries, but you have the power to set and enforce them. 5. Spotting Dark Triad traits. Pay attention to how people act, especially when the stakes are high. Dark Triad individuals often reveal their traits through manipulative behaviour, excessive self-centeredness, and a lack of genuine empathy. Keep an eye out for patterns that don't align with healthy social interactions. Sometimes, your intuition can be your best friend. If something feels off in your interactions with someone, don't ignore that feeling. It might be your subconscious picking up on subtle cues of Dark Triad traits. Trust yourself. People around you often have valuable insights. If you notice friends or colleagues expressing discomfort or sharing negative experiences with a particular individual, it's a clue worth considering. To protect yourself from potential manipulation, knowledge is your best defense. Understanding Dark Triad traits helps you stay vigilant without becoming overly paranoid. Keep personal boundaries intact and don't be afraid to assert yourself when needed. Setting clear boundaries is like drawing a line in the sand, defining what's acceptable and what's not in your interactions. It's a shield against manipulation and a way to maintain your emotional well-being. 6. Coping and self-improvement. The first rule of engagement with Dark Triad folks is to keep your emotions in check. They may try to push your buttons, but staying calm and composed is your superpower. Respond with reason, not emotion, and avoid being drawn into their games. We've stressed this before, and we'll say it again. Boundaries are your shield. Clearly define what you will and won't tolerate in your interactions. Don't be afraid to assert yourself when these boundaries are crossed. Now, here's the silver lining amidst the darkness. Dealing with Dark Triad personalities can be a catalyst for personal growth. Use these experiences to understand yourself and your own boundaries better. Learn to trust your instincts and refine your interpersonal skills. Overcoming these challenges can lead to increased emotional intelligence and resilience. However, sometimes the shadows can be too dark to navigate alone. Seeking professional help is a beacon of light in these situations. Therapists and counsellors can provide guidance, support, and strategies for dealing with the more extreme manifestations of Dark Triad traits. Remember, you have the power to thrive, even in the presence of darkness. With the right coping strategies, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and better equipped to navigate the complexities of human interactions. Bonus tip: your secret weapon against the Dark Triad. Alright, it's time to reveal your secret weapon for dealing with individuals sporting those Dark Triad traits. This is empathy and boundaries. Yes, you heard it right. These two concepts form your dynamic duo for mastering the art of handling Dark Triad personalities. Empathy is like your superpower. Try to understand where these individuals are coming from, even if it seems like they're from a different planet. Beneath the dark exterior, they might have their own struggles and vulnerabilities. While you don't have to condone their behaviour, a touch of empathy can disarm their defences and open up lines of communication. But wait, don't drop your guard fully just yet. Boundaries are your trusty shield. Maintain those clear, unwavering boundaries to protect yourself from manipulation and toxicity. Empathy doesn't mean becoming a doormat. It means understanding without surrendering your own values and needs. So, here's your secret formula. Empathise, but don't enable. By combining understanding with unwavering boundaries, you become a force to be reckoned with in the face of Dark Triad traits. You'll be able to navigate these complex personalities with grace and resilience, turning challenging interactions into opportunities for growth. Are you curious to learn more about how narcissists are made and the psychology behind narcissism? Or would 15 covert signs of a high-functioning psychopath help you identify subtle traits that you should be aware of? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more psychological insights.